Hi friends. Friends, if you visit a SSB center after screening or after conference, you will find a sea of emotions there. Even the Bollywood dramas will fade to insignificance if they are compared with the drama outside SSB centers. Some of the candidates are overjoyed with their success, some of candidates are dejected, some are crying, and some don't know even what to do. Everything you can find outside the SSB center. Even the admission of a successful candidate says, Sir, I have faced these heartbreaks of getting screened out, conference out, that numbness of failure, joining all strength to call back home and tell, Nahi hua. Leaving the selection center with all the grief and pain, hidden inside those wet eyes, listening for peers and relatives, कुछ और भी सोच ले डिफेंस के अलावा, that traveling in unreserved train compartment, rejoining strength for the next attempt, crying alone in a silent room with all the fight back attitude, burning the midnight oil, having those sleepless nights, grueling path with these setbacks, and a vision to come back strongly. And the selected candidates almost become celebrities overnight. Their photos are taken in local newspapers. The selection centers run after them to take their stories, projecting it as their own success, as if I don't know what they have done big. And those who miss out have certain questions. Friends, what happened? How could he make an 8th attempt? And what was there that he couldn't do in first 10 attempts? If the SSB system is so good, why couldn't they analyze? Why couldn't they find out that he had officer-like material in those 7 attempts? What can I do to get selected now? For I've already given 7-8 attempts. What should I do to get selected? And is the system fixed? I saw that a person who had army background got selected, and we did. So, is there something, a reservation system? Why couldn't I get it? And when you interact with me, I find mostly the similar question. Sir, what is a fresher and what is a repeater? Is it easy to get selected as a repeater? Should we just go there to get some experience, and will it help? Is it easy to get selected as a fresher? Does the experience of old SSB help? And sir, is SSB same for all, or is there some difference for fresher or a repeater? Friends, we will take up all these questions today in our video. We will talk about who is a fresher and who is a repeater. How does the experience of previous SSBs help you? And if you are a fresher, is it going to be a good or bad for you? And finally, what are the tips which you should take over to get selected next time? Friends, we put in a lot of time and effort to make videos, and if you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and share with all. Friends, you will find all type of videos in our channel for SSB and defense preparation. Please don't waste your time on coaching and see these videos and prepare yourself. To answer your questions about freshers and repeaters, I will tell you something about the SSB selection system and how it works. Friends, SSB system works on the system of negative personality identification. That means that if you are projecting something superficially, that is, if you are trying to give your officer-like qualities superficially, system will find the real in you and they will reject. On the other side, if you have something inside you, if you have OLQs inside you, but you give the responses which your coaching academies have told you, if you are not able to project your real personality, then the system won't dig in and find those qualities in you. System will only take what you have given them. System will only analyze your given responses, and if you are not given them properly, you will be rejected. This is the real reason, friends, that why candidates do make it even after 12, 13, 14 attempts. The reality is that they do not know what to show in the previous attempts, and even if they know what to show, they generally give the coach responses. That's why they get out. And finally, once they realize that this is not worth it and they show their real personality, when they do not have the pressure, then is the time that they show their real responses and they get selected. And friends, you can see that it's not difficult as a repeater candidates to get selected. Whenever any candidate comes to me, कि sir nahi hua, I ask them similar questions like, did you analyze your performance post your SSB? Did you analyze what you wrote in the PPDT? What was the story? What was the picture given and what did you write there? How was your narration? How many SRTs did you attempt? Were there any questions that you were not able to answer? And how did you take it? Were you dejected or you were motivated to come back strongly? And the most important thing is the feedback from your peers. Friends, those people who are giving SSB in front of you, they know your personality, they know your mistakes, and they can tell you exactly where you went wrong. I'll tell you my own story. Once I went for SSB, From second, third day onwards, everybody started telling me that you will get in irrespective of what you do there. And finally, when my result came, none of them congratulated me. They just told me that we knew that you will get it. So friends, please take feedback from peers who are there with the SSB. Now, coming to the question of who is a fresher, who is a repeater, and why this differentiation is made. Friends, once you go to your SSB, you are required to fill up PIQ form, that is Personal Information Questionnaire form, where you have to show whether you are a fresher, whether you are a repeater, or you are a screened out candidate. If you have not attended any SSB, you are a fresher. However, if you have gone till stage 1, that is the screening stage, and have got screened out, then you are a screened out candidate. And friends, if you have attended any SSB beyond stage 1, whether it is Army, Navy or Air Force, you will be marked as a repeater candidate and you should fill up PIQ form accordingly. And why this differentiation is done? Friends, most of you have this wrong belief that the repeaters are put in one group so that most of them can be rejected out. This is not true. I have seen 7 to 8 candidates out of group of 27 getting it. So you should not go with this attitude that you will not be selected. Groups are just made because of your experience. Some people already have that experience and some don't have. So it is very natural for them to get separated. And also it helps us to analyze your personality better. Friends, one of the important parts, this is the feedback of the candidates who have made it as the repeaters. I have spoken to many of them and compiled their feedback. First thing they tell us that, sir, first time I went or second time I went, I just went for the heck of it. I was not prepared. I didn't know. Second thing they say is that, sir, when the interviewer asked me that if you don't get selected, what will you do? My answer was that, sir, I'll keep on coming for SSB. I do not have any other plan. That is a big mistake that they themselves realize. Third thing they say is that, sir, I didn't even saw the picture and just started writing. And when later on I realized that the story which I wrote didn't even match the picture. Another thing is fish market. This, when we started narrating our story, everybody started talking and I also became part of that. I also shouted over them and then all of us were rejected. And the other thing which they tell me that, sir, I had thought of a story and it was told to me in the academy and I straight away wrote that. Another thing is that when interviewers started asking me rapid questions, I couldn't handle them. I didn't know the answers to many of the questions and I couldn't answer them. And when we look at the perspective from other side, when I speak to the officers who were there in the SSB, their common answers are like this, that many candidates are trying to tell lies. They think that the SSB can be fooled and that's why they are rejected. Another thing is unmatched responses. Friends, GTO many of the times speaks to you informally. The interviewer also asks you many questions in a very informal manner and later on they all sit together, all three of them sit together and analyze your responses. So whatever you say there, be very careful. You should not be having differentiations among what you tell to three officers. Third thing is disparities. Disparity in your PIQ form, SD test and what you talk to informal interactions. They should be matching. Another thing is your coach responses. The interviewer or all other officers know which academy gives what type of response. The moment you write there, you are straight away rejected. Another thing is coming just there for fun. Sometimes the interviewer knows that you have just come there for fun and you are straight away rejected. Another thing is too much of overconfidence. Gentlemen, sometimes the wards of service officers or even wards of service personnel, they think that we know about army life and we will be selected. So they get rejected by their overconfidence. Another important thing is lack of general awareness. As an officer-like material, as an officers, you should know basic things. So if you don't know about India, China, India, Pakistan, you will be rejected. Now friends, I'll talk about certain common mistakes which are done by both freshers and repeaters. And if you can avoid these mistakes, your chances of getting selected will become really high. First of all, I will talk about screening. The first major thing is OIR test low score. Normally, generally your scores are okay. However, some candidates do get rejected on these low scores also. Another thing is your story writing. Friends, many candidates, in fact I'll say 99.9% of you, do not write the story as per stimulus. You just write predetermined stories and you get rejected. Another thing is your narration. Once you start speaking, you speak poorly. Your body language is bad. It's self-repeating. Your hand gestures are not good. So definitely, nobody will accept what you are writing there, what you are speaking there. So you get rejected. Another thing is your performance during group discussion. Friends, you should be a team member. Do not try to get somebody let down. If you do that, it's not accepted. Then is fish market syndrome. If there is a fish market which generally happens, you also don't become part of that. Don't start shouting. Try to regulate that fish market, and whenever you get chance, speak. Normally the whole group is generally not out, but all of you try that, you will be sent out. GTO tasks span over 2 days and they are important way to analyze your personality. The important things in these are like group planning exercise, lecture rate, command tasks. Friends, in GTO tasks, you should be a team member. Remember, no selfishness, no attitude, no thing which is to be done individually. Please be part of the team. Another thing is innovativeness. There will be numerous times when you have to cross an obstacle, you have to find a solution where your innovativeness will help. How you tie up the rope, how you use the bellies, how you use the fata, that will show your innovativeness. Provide solutions to the problems there. If you can do that, you are better than others. Then friends, ability to guide and give instructions. During your command task, you should be able to be a good commander and provide guidance to others. Then be careful about the informal questions which GTO asks you. Be prepared for them and answer them well. And finally, everybody likes a cheerful personality. You will be there for 2 days. Stay cheerful, stay happy. Coming to psychological tests. Actually, you do not have much control over them. Still, you can do many things. First of all is once you are attempting TAT, thematic perception test, read the stimulus. See what is the picture and then write the story. And friends, make sure that you show maximum qualities in those 12 stories. If you are a good boxer, don't try to show bravery in all the stories. Be practical. Don't start fighting lions with your bare hands. Integrity. Be aware of this particular issue. If anywhere you show lack of integrity, nobody will be ready to accept you. Then is friends, how many SRTs you attempt. Don't compromise on quality here. Even if you attempt 40 to 45 SRTs, that is good. However, the quality should not be low. Another thing is missing words in word association test or situations in SRT. If you miss something related to love or hate, we will know that you are not able to handle that emotion properly and that will be a negative against you. If you are not able to complete something, leave in the end but don't leave in the middle. Coming to the personal interview. It is a very important aspect of SSB because interviewer is generally the senior most officer there. Friends, there should be no gap in responses what you write in PKI form and what you give answers to the interviewer because he has a copy of your PIQ form and he has read it before you come for the interview. Then your ability to handle rapid fire questions and negative emotions like death, uncomfortable situation. The interviewer will try to put you in some uncomfortable situation and you should be able to keep your calm equanimity at that time and come out with the positive answers. Don't show any faults in your personality. Then friends, don't take things too lightly. The interviewer will try to speak to you in a very common language like a friend. Don't become his friend. He is your interviewer and please behave with him that way. And friend, if you are not able to answer some question, do not feel shy. Just tell him that, sir, I don't know and I'll come back. If you are a repeater candidate, you must be able to tell your self-analysis. He will ask you, why didn't you make up last time? So you should have carried out your analysis properly and tell him at that time. Coming to conference. Generally friends, a belief is that it's already decided who is going to get in and get out and this is generally a confirmation. It's generally true, however, this is very important for borderline questions. Some tricky questions can be answered here. Some questions which you are not able to answer that may be asked here. Like in the case of Ashumon Sharma who cleared from SSB Allahabad, the interviewer asked him about non-commissioned ranks. That time he didn't know and told the interviewer that sir, I will find out. He later on went and found out what were the ranks. And when he went to conference, the same question was asked from him. If he had not prepared for this question, he would have been thrown out. Then friends, your general awareness. You have gone to a SSB center, you have gone to a new city. You should know what is there all around. If you do not know about that city, you may be rejected. So, if you are a fresher, consider that that is your best chance to get in. Your personality is taken as raw and whatever answers are given there, we take it that yes, you do not have previous experience and we try to give you that benefit of the doubt. So prepare well, just don't go for the experience, that is your best chance and prepare accordingly. If you have got screened out, just go back. Just see, just remember the picture which was given to you, analyze that picture properly and see the story which you wrote. Go back to your mentor and ask him that, sir, I did this, was it right or wrong? Thereafter, see your experience of GD. See your narration, how did you perform there? If you can find out your fault during that time, you will be better prepared next time. And if you were conferenced out, please carry out a comprehensive review. Analyze all your actions, whatever you did during story writing, during TAT, during GTO, during interview. All actions should be analyzed. Don't fall in that rut of kismat. कि मेरा तो किस्मत ही खराब है. No self-aggradation. Stay positive and start preparing for the next test. The system is fair, it is not fixed. And finally, friends, throughout your 5 days, stay calm, stay happy, have a backup plan. If you don't make through SSB, you should be prepared for doing something else, like engineering or medical. You should never give coached responses there. Forget about whatever you have learned in academy. Best thing is if you don't get any coaching. If you have got some coaching, start preparing your original responses. And friends, give responses from your day-to-day life. Don't start going into life of soldiers or World War movies or something else. If your parents have asked you to get sabji from the market, write about that sabji, but you will be selected. If your parents say you are lazy and use too much of mobile, please write that in PIQ form. No harm in doing that. Be what you are. Stay humorous. Talk to friends. Make friends. And when you come back, you should be a better person. You should be better prepared. You should have better personality. Make a habit of sharing your knowledge and start with this video. Whatever you learn in the SSB, share with others. Share this video also and please do subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. Jai Hind. Thank you.